Hey everybody, welcome back to the Commodity Gen. Today we're doing something a little different. Well, kind of. Y'all know I love to cook, and I love utilizing my Obadiah 2000 wood-fired cook stove. What's making this cooking video a little bit different is I'm doing a collaboration with Miss Mrs.GilliamFarms. I'll drop a link to her down below, as well as everybody else that's taking part of this collaboration. Collaboration is running from November 3rd to November 18th, which is my birthday, and that's the day this video is coming out. So hopefully you're all watching it. So this collaboration is called Wild Game November, and everybody's cooking something a little bit different. And I'm going to cook something that most of them don't get to see down south. What am I cooking? I'm making moose stew. And I got this recipe from my friend David over at the Homestead, Alaskan Offgrid. So how are we going to do it? Well, let me show you. One of the first things we're going to do is we have to make a mirepoix. What is that? Well, for us, we're going to be doing a combination of celery, onions, and carrots. And we're going to put them in our stock pot, give it a little bit of a saute until it starts getting softened a little bit, and then we're going to add our other ingredients. And don't worry, I'll put a list of the ingredients down below. So with the mirepoix, you're just looking to really just get it al dente. All right, so what are we going to do? Put a pat of butter in there and get that melted down. You make sure the stove's turned up high enough. There we go. While that's melting down, I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in there with it as well. And unfortunately, we didn't have a huge garden this year. I didn't get any carrots, so we got some frozen carrots going to be going in there. I'm going to leave these in first because they're frozen a little bit and it'll help thaw them out a little bit. And then we'll add the other ingredients into our mirepoix. All right, so you see the mirepoix has been going a little bit, just with the carrots in it. So it's not really a full mirepoix. So let me get the celery. And up here I have dehydrated celery, stuff that's probably freeze dried. And I just put a little water in it and reconstitute. I got about a cup worth of celery in there. Maybe a little bit more. I like celery. So once that's in there, I'm going to stir it around a little bit. Let that get going. And right now we're going to put it on our onions. And we're going to give that a couple minutes to do its thing, and we'll be right back once it gets a little bit more done. And we're getting there. This is one of my favorite spoons. I'll tell you guys about it here in a little bit. All right, so now we're going to start adding other items. Now mind you, I've actually altered this recipe to fit me. It's not the exact one that my friend Dave gave me, but we're going to make it work. I'm going to put a whole thing of vegetable broth in there. We're going to mix it around a little bit again. Push it back a little further on the heat. I don't know how many of y'all have actually cooked on a wood-fired cook stove. So until you get used to it, you have to move it around, figure out where your best heat source is going to be. To get things rolling, boiling, I put it right about here. A little bit of a heavy simmer here, light simmer all the way over here, all the way to the far right just for warming things, as long as the oven's not on. If the oven's on, then it's going to get a little hot. All right, so we get that in there. I'm going to put some diced tomatoes in. Give that a little bit of a stir to get it incorporated. And one of the things that David uses in his is V8 juice. Unfortunately, I don't have V8 juice because I didn't think about getting it when I was in town because it's not something I normally would buy. So we're going to improvise. We're going to make our own V8 juice. And how are we going to do that? We're going to put a can of tomato sauce in there. Then we're going to add some more water. A little bit of stir. A little salt. And some pepper. Get that stirred around. And we're going to let that go for a few minutes. I'll be right back. All right, and then we're going to cut up 4 potatoes. Got to kind of chunk them up. I'm hoping it's going to be enough. I'm a firm believer of changing recipes around as you get to know them. So feel free to play with this one. Change it around however you want. And for the star of our show, canned moose. This moose was harvested and canned by David, I think about 1.5 to 2 years ago. And we've had some recently with some other friends, and it was amazing. Just like it was amazing the first time David made it for me. Here's to you, Dave. All right, in go the potatoes. And the moose. You guys can't smell it, but just the canned moose smells amazing. Put the whole quart in there. Give it a little bit of a stir. And we go put this jar away. And then pinch of Italian seasoning. Pinch and a half. And because I use a lot of turmeric, I'm going to put a little turmeric in there as well. Thank you, sir. Yeah. And I'm going to do a pinch of thyme. It's strong, so you don't want to add too much. Give it another little stir. Oh, I forgot one more thing. Don't know if you guys like it, but I do. I'm going to put in a little handful of chanterelle mushrooms. And these are mushrooms that David and I harvested together out by his place in Wasilla. It's going to crumble a little bit and drop them in. Add a couple more. Give it another quick stir. I'm going to put a lid on it and we're going to let it sit for about an hour. So I have 2 spoons that I use a lot and I love. It's this one here and this one here. These were hand carved by somebody I know on Instagram. I was just going through Instagram, just looking at photos, and I've seen some photos of some beautifully done spoons that were hand carved. And I like spoons. I have a collection of wooden spoons. I sent him an email, and he has said he didn't do carving too much anymore. And we were talking a little bit, and I said, your stuff is amazing. You should get back into it. And about a month later, I think it was, I got a message back from him and said, hey, what's your address? I got something for you. I'm like, okay. And he says, you inspired me to start carving again with your kind comments. And these are the 2 beauties I got in the mail. And I use them on a regular basis. I just love them. But they're amazing. And I love them. Anyways, let's get back to cooking. All right, we're getting close. Another 5 minutes or so. All right, so our stew is done. dig in yet. Let me get it all over here.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, so. All right, so that's it for Wild Game November. We're about to sit down and enjoy this moose stew with our neighbor Mac that's up here visiting Alaska from Florida. He owns a cabin about a half-mile down the trail from us. So we're going to chow down. You guys have a great day, and we'll see you on the next video. Is this your first time eating moose, Mac?
No, actually, I've had it once before.
It was burger?
It was a steak.
Okay.
It was a steak, so I don't use stew or anything. Oh, hot.
Hot. Yeah, it's hot.
Really hot.
Really hot.
How is it?
Very good.
Good.
It is good.
Make sure you go check out Mrs.GilliamFarms videos as well as the playlist for Wild Game November. It's well worth the watch. There's quite a few videos, but you'll get some great ideas for different recipes. Now this video here was shot back in, I believe it was May of 22. This cow just decided she wanted to hang around the property for about a week and a half. We got a lot of video of her just moseying around. Well, that's it for now. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, leave a comment, and also if you're not a subscriber, please feel free to subscribe. And don't forget, every Monday night starting at 4 p.m. Alaska Standard Time, that's 8 o'clock Eastern, we have our weekly live, and we are followed by Adam and Phyllis at Alaska Cut the Quart at 5:45. Make sure you stick around after our live and check them out as well. Y'all have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.